With me now is Trudie Patoir. Trudie, what are your recollections of the Second World War?
I was working in Brighton Maze, the matchworks.
Oh,
I was 17, and we heard, cut it short, we heard the war was going on. And they were trying to call all different people up, you see. And I wasn't married then. And they were calling people up to go, and I wanted to go to be a whatever you call it, a lady WAF or something. And my mother wouldn't let me go.
Oh.
I said, well, all the people are going from the matchworks. Anyway, I turned up in Brighton Maze. Anyway, mother wouldn't let me go in the army, so I went into war work, into the aircraft factory. And I wasn't very happy, but I met a lot of friends there. And then the bombing was going over on Manchester, terrible every night. And so we hardly got any sleep at night because the bomber was coming over. And then my husband was, he was still working in where he worked in Speak. Anyway, we both had to we came to Manchester. We decided I'd known him for a while and decided he wanted to get married. Anyway, of course, I didn't tell my family because he was coloured. So I left that church and went to work in where the factories was, where they making the bombs. And I know one night we'd gone to bed, and I had my two sisters and my mother was there. My father was in the war. He was killed in the war anyway. Anyway, we had to jump out of bed quick. We had to sit under the stairs because there was no shelters then, no shelters built. They were just beginning to build them then, but we didn't want to go out in the street. And we lived by the Airdrie racecourse, you know. Well, the next thing we heard, they were coming over because the soldiers were all billeted in the racecourse. So, of course, we were up every night with them coming over with the soldiers being billeted there. It was terrible. Liverpool, I must admit, it was dreadful in Liverpool. Every night, we never got a full night's sleep for weeks and weeks. We used to have to sleep under the stairs.
How did you feel when the bombs were raining down the sides were going?
Well, we were shaking. Shaking.
It was scary.
But then Brighton Maze was bombed where I worked, the match worked. So they said there's plenty of room in Roots Air Force where they're making the bombs and they're making all the works for the war. So they said, anybody wants to go? So I said, well, I'll go. So a few of us went back to the Roots where they made the bombs and everything. Anyway, we got on very well there. You had to do shift work and everything. But the bombs coming over from wherever they came from, the racecourse. Anyway, the next thing, the soldiers all came camping on the racecourse. So, of course, all the bombs were coming over that way where we lived. So we never had any peace with them. And the soldiers were all lovely soldiers, all the young ladies, including myself, used to go down to the racecourse and they'd all come and talk to us and give us American sweets and everything. And we thought that was great. But then all the parents that lived around got fed up with the Americans because they were taking the girls off them from Liverpool.
I know, they're right ones, aren't they, Americans?
So my mother said, don't you dare bring American in here. So when I was working in Roots, where they made the bombs and six of us were transferred to the number 1 factory in Speak. Anyway, we were all sorted out with a partner. Of course, I said, I'm not working with him, he's black. He said, well, if you don't, you're sacked. So I had to go work with him. We had to work between the wings. He was on one side of the wing, and I was on the other.
Was this person your future husband?
Yes. We were transferred, you see, because our number 3 factory was bombed. So they sent us to number 1 factory, where they built all the aeroplanes. So I said, I don't want to go. Anyway, 6 ladies, we had to go to number 1. We weren't happy, so go with him, you go with him, you go with him. And they said, you go. I said, I'm not going with a black man, I've never seen one. They said, well, he's sacked if you don't. So I had to go work with him. We worked on the wings. We were both. That's laughing. He was on one side of the wing and I was holding, as you call, a dolly. You know what a colour dolly is? Well, I was holding that while he was drilling.
What is a dolly, sorry?
It's what you hold when anybody's drilling something and it doesn't go through your hand. So I used to be holding the dolly and he was on the other side of the... It sounds funny now, Trudie. Well, we got on that well. He used to tell me all about his family. And they all say, look at those two up there. Because we had long trousers on the night because we were up in the plane, you know. And he used to drill while I was holding the, the dolly. Anyway, when it used to be tea time, they used to say, oh, you know, if you want to go for a tea, you say, you stay there, I'll go and get you one. So he used to bring me cups of tea. And then it got that way then. We were there all day on our own, you know. And they were saying, look at those two, they never stop talking, do they? You know, and that's how I got to know him. And of course I did go home and tell my mother because the coloured people were on the racecourse in tents, the Americans, and we lived right on top of Ainsley's racecourse, you know. Anyway, so every time I went home, I thought, I dared tell my mother who I'm working with. And she says, you know our gays? They used to say to my sisters, you know our gays, she never talks about that man she works with, does she? I thought, no, I dared, you know. Anyway, it went on like for a long time and we got friends. And then they said something about it. Anybody that wants to have a day off, you can, because we're a bit, we're too far ahead of the planes, the bits of the planes. So he said, would you like to go have a day off? I said, I wouldn't mind. I said, tell you what, I'll take you to Aintree Racecourse. I thought, I did tell my family I'm going out with the colour band, you know. Anyway, I met him in town and we got on the bus. Well, you can imagine what people...
Yes.
Coloured man sitting with me.
Barclay, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, we got to the Aintree Racecourse and I took him round and we went in for a meal.
How many years were you married to Barclay?
73 years.
You done well, that's
Last
brilliant.
few weeks ago. September.
Claire did tell me about the story about that when she found out.
That's great. Thank you so
Anyway.
much.